Hi everyone, we are Group 6 and today we're presenting our iOS mobile app project for PROG 31632. It's called Treasure Hunter. So our team consists of Alexander, Tumanin, Hong, Gok, Tram, Nguyen, Sophie Wang, and Yue Zhang. So under the guidance of Professor Jawad Sheikh, Treasure Hunter is an iOS app that turns exploring into a fun, interactive treasure hunting experience, and will walk you through the concept, features, design, and technical implementation. So let's get started. Here's a quick overview of what we will cover today. We'll start with a short introduction to the project and then walk through the system architecture and team scope. And then next we'll look at the requirements and tech matrix. And after that, each of us will showcase the features that we built. So Tram will present the account creation and login. Yue will cover the treasure map and treasure claiming. And Alex will cover my treasures and new treasure, and Sophie will present the leaderboard and user profile. And then we'll discuss the problems we encountered, share some future directions, and finish with a live demo. So Treasure Hunter turns everyday places into an interactive and gamified treasure hunt by using the live GPS coordinates from your phone. And here's how it works. So we can place treasures. Users can hide virtual treasures at real-world locations, complete with GPS tags and unique validation codes. They can explore and claim. So other users can see nearby pins on an interactive map, travel to those spots, and claim the treasures to earn points. And there's also the social purpose to the app. So the app encourages people to get outside, explore their local area, and interact with the community in a fun and active way. In short, it blends digital gameplay with real-world movement.
Thanks, Sophie. Today I will talk about for this feature, the overall system architect and how the different part of the app connect. User begin on the welcome screen, then move through account creation and login. Once authenticated, they enter the main app through the tab bar controller, which serves as the central navigation hub. From there, the app branches into three main areas: the user map flow, which use a navigation controller to move from the app view to individual user details, the leaderboard and user profile section, and the My Users area where user can view file and place user or create a new one. Each team member was responsible for specific screens and flow within this structure, which we will cover in more detail during the individual feature showcase. So for this slide, I would like to look at the database layer of our system. We are using SQLite with two main tables. The first is an entries table. This store user information. Each record has an auto-incrementing ID, a username, date of birth, email, and unique UUID, and a score. Here, a quick look at some sample data we currently have in the table. The second table is users. This is where the core game data lives. Each user has a unique ID, a title, a message, a precise latitude and longitude coordinate, a validation code and point value, which default to 100. We also track whether the user has been found, who placed it, and who found it. Together, these two tables give us everything we need to manage user and the user hunting experience. And now I will change to my friend. You will talk about next slide.
Okay, hello. For this slide is showing the project requirements that we met in our projects. So let's go in by point by point. First one is the customer classes. We have built 7 customer classes other than the view controller classes. And for the additional tag, we have incorporated the file-based authentication and the data scanner view controller. For the common name one is array. So we we have two major objects in our project. They are users and treasures. We use arrays to handle these collections. For IB outlet and IB action, they are applied across all view controllers to connect with UI components like buttons, text fields, sliders, and labels. For app delegates, we update the delegate file to handle Firebase startup and SQLite database initialization. For UI components, we implemented the tab bars for navigation, and all the listed components were used across our view controllers. So the next point is the web view and the table view. We use the WK web view to show a website on the profile page, and two tables to display the detail list, the treasure list on the My Treasure page. So for sound and core animation, background music is played upon app launch, and animation are triggered to celebrate a successful claim. So we are using SQLite for our database. It's used for full local data persistence, and we created two tables to store the user and the treasure information. Yeah, thank you.
So I work on the account creation and login feature for our Treasure Hunt app. When a user opens the app, they have two parts. If they don't have an account, they tap create an account, fill in username, date of birth, email, password, and verify password. Once all requirements are met, Firebase authentication creates the account and store it in our Firebase project. At the same time, SQLite 3 saves the user information locally through Profile Manager and People Data. After that, the user is taken to the login page to sign in with their new account. If they already have the account, they go straight to the login page, enter email and password, and Firebase verify them. In both cases, after a successful login, the user lands on the profile page where their information is displayed. The main classes I use are login view controller, create an account view controller, profile new controller, profile manager, and people data. So for this slide, I use three main view controller. I also created two supporting classes like profile manager and people data. Profile manager handle all SQLite database operation, while people data represent the user profile information. The technology we learned in class that I use include UIKit controls such as UI text field, UI burden, UI label, UI alert controller, and UI date picker to build the user interface. I used Firebase authentication with create user sign and out to secure, create, and authenticate user account. For local storage, I use SQLite with insert and select operation through Profile Manager. Navigation between screens is handled using UI Navigation Controller and Storyboard Seagulls. In addition, I combine Firebase authentication with local SQLite storage, so user profile data is available even when the device offline. I also implemented form validation and secure password verification to ensure user enter valid information before creating an account. Now I will pass to my friend.
Hello, I was responsible for the treasure map and the treasure claim feature. The overall workflow is straightforward. The players can see the treasures around, check the details, find and claim them with a validation code, and finally gain the score points. So to support this, I built two main view controllers: map view controller to handle the map display and filtering, treasure detail view controller for code validation and claiming. For data architecture, I created the treasure class as a data model to encapsulate the treasure records fetched from SQLite. I also built the treasure annotation to render customer mappings and pass treasure data to the next page. as well as the Treasure Manager to handle all database operations. I leverage the concepts covered in our classes, such as map kit and core location to display the map and track the user positions, SQLite for database updates, UI key controls, and the core animation for victory effects. And additionally, I implemented the Vision Kit using data scanner view controllers, enabling the seamless camera scanning for Treasure QR codes and the texts. Thank you. So I will pass to Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. For my part, I was responsible for the My Treasures and New Treasure screen. So for the My Treasure screen, it displays two lists, treasure the user has found and the treasures that they placed. Both are pulled from a live SQL database using queries in Treasure Manager. Each row uses a custom treasure history table view cell to show the treasure's title and its status. From there, users can tap place new to go to the new treasure screen. This uses a MK map view, and with a tap gesture recognizer, the user can tap anywhere on the map to drop a pin, and the app captures the exact coordinate, and they fill in a description and a message for whoever finds it. And when they hit place, the app generates a short validation code and saves the treasures to the database. The code is what ties UI's claim a treasure feature, and once it's placed, anyone can navigate to it and enter the code and claim it.
So my part of the project was the leaderboard and user profile pages. Sorry. For the leaderboard page, I used a table view to display each player's rank, username, and score, and then I created a custom leaderboard table view cell to keep the information organized and make sure that every row has the same layout. And then I also added a date of birth filter where users can select a starting and ending date using date pickers, and then press filter to display only players whose birthdays fall within that range on the leaderboard. And then the page uses labels, buttons, date pickers, a table view, and alerts, and an activity indicator. The main view controller for this page is the leaderboard view controller. And then my second feature was the user profile page, which is managed by the profile view controller and a profile manager class. And this page displays the user's username and birthday and allows them to change their username only. So when the update info button is pressed, the new details are validated and saved to an SQLite database using an update operation. And then an alert is used to notify if the user has updated successfully or if there's a problem with their input. And it also allows the user to cancel during that process. And then below the profile information, I embedded the geocaching website using WK Web View. And this allows users to access the geocaching content without having to leave the application.
So as we built the app, we encountered a few issues that we had to work through. One of the biggest issues were the Firebase authentication and our local SQL database weren't linked. Firebase handles the login itself, but it doesn't know anything about our database. So Tram and UI solved this by adding a UID column to our SQLite database, tying each Firebase account to its matching local record. Another problem we encountered was outdated treasure pins after claiming. Map failed to clear collected pins upon return, fixed by requeuing active treasures from a SQLite inside view will appear. Another problem was map view refreshing and pin flickering. Minor GPS jitter triggered constant MK map view renders, solved by reinforcing 10-meter movement threshold, and did update locations before refreshing. And another probability counter was storing and updating user info. User info needs to be consistently stored in database in our app. Needs to ensure that data was updated everywhere and page was reloaded with new data during our user info updates. So looking ahead for so right now everything runs in a local SQLite database. We're hoping to transition to a cloud backend like Firebase Cloud Firestore or AWS App Simplify to enable real-time cross-device synchronization, global leaderboards, and persistent multi-user data consistency. We would also like to add introducing group and events, expand the social dimension of the app, introducing event-based gameplay, allowing players to form teams and compete to guarantee the focused event experience. Custom treasures can be configured so they are accessible and claimable only by designated event participant. Another feature we'd like to add is bulk treasure placement via batch uploads, streamlined event setup for organizers by implementing spreadsheet-based bulk uploads. Organizers can upload a Excel or CSV file to automatically populate the database with multiple treasure coordinates, validation codes, and custom messages simultaneously. Another feature we'd like to add is AR treasure visualization. Integrate ARKit to let players view nearby treasures in augmented reality through the camera, improving immersion and making the hunting experience more interactive and engaging. And the last thing we'd like to add is the push notification and nearby alerts. Notify users when a new treasure is placed nearby or when an event is about to start, increasing engagement and encouraging timely participation. Thank you. We'll do our demo.
All right, let me share my screen about the demo. So here for our project, we have like different folder. One we call database, one models, one view controller. And first, in my part, I will demo like how user log in and create the account. So everyone can hear the song. And when I have the account, I can right away to log in to my account. So in the meantime, if I don't have the account, I can log out and create the new account. So what if I just turn like very simple password? They didn't let me create the account because the password does not meet the requirement. Or if I don't remember the password, I can turn on the eye and they will show my password over there. So, and then when I log in successful, they will store my account into the database. So here, let me reload it. They will store my account in the Firebase also. And in the meantime, they will store my account in a database in my project as well. And after create the new account, I will try the login back. So which means I successfully to create the new account and log into my account if I have the account already. And now I will stop my sharing and I will transfer to my friend to talk about the next step of the project.
Hello, I will show my screen via my mobile because for my part it requires a camera, so I build my project in my phone. Okay, so I will click our project, and I have already created my account. Okay, yeah. So once we after we log in the project, log in the account, it will automatically center the current user's location, and it's from the we can move the slides to show different to show the treasures in different distance range. So now it's showing the in 10 kilometers, and I have created one treasure around myself. So I will use this treasure to show. Once I click the pin, it will pop up the label and with the information button. After I click, it will move to the details. So it shows what the pressure is in square one. And in this here, I have added one navigate button. If I click it, will call on the Apple Maps to do the navigation, something like that. Okay, I will back to our page, and here we can see the treasure's location, and for square secret box, that is the treasure's title, and we have also have the message to hunters, like a clue look behind the digital decoration screen, something like that. So now I will show the scan function. I click the scan button, it will call out my camera. So first, with this is data scan view control. It can both scan the QR code and also the text. So I will select this. I'm using the invalid code. It shows the code as invalid, and I will try barcode here. Oh, yeah, it's the invalid code. And then I will show the correct code. It's the correct code is Q1 food. I will show. I will scan the barcode here. Okay, now it's popular too far away because I have added the distance validation. So only the player is close enough to the treasure, he can claim the treasures. Okay, then I will now back to, and I will claim the treasures near me. Yeah, this one, it's within 30 meters range. Okay, I will scan the QR code. Yeah, we can see the alert that says congratulations, congratulations, and animation is displayed. So after, yeah, for this treasure, I got 500 points. So I can check in my treasures. Yeah, then you can see the first in Alex part, the first item is displayed, and in leaderboard, the score is added to my profile. So that's from my part. Thank you.
Okay, so I will talk about my part next, which is the leaderboard and the profile page. So on the leaderboard, we can see all of the players who are in the database, and this is their rank and their username and their score. And then we can also filter by the birthday. So I'll just go to my profile page and we can see that the birthday that I set for this account was August 7th. So I can try filtering by August 7th. I don't know exactly when I created it, but we'll just try a big range.
Maybe last year or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, it should be out, but I'll just show like another date then. Okay, so this is my part. I'm going to be demonstrating the leaderboard and my profile page. So for the leaderboard, we have a filter for the date of birth. And then also on the leaderboard, there's a table with which shows the rank of the players, their usernames, and the scores that they have. So if we try to filter by the date of birth, we can see that some of the players have been filtered out. And then we can try like another range, and yeah, so we can see that it filters. And then for the profile page, this is the current username. And then if you want to change your username, it'll prompt you to enter a new username. So I can just change it to whatever and try to update my info. It asks if you want to update it, and then it'll update. And then if you go back to the profile page, you'll see that this is the username that you have now. It also displays the date of birth and then a geocaching website that you can access just right on the page. And there's also a logout button that Tram added here, which logs out of the app. Yeah, that's it for my part.
Sorry, one sec. Okay, so for my part, I did my treasures screens. So as you can see, you're able to see all the treasures you found. I currently haven't found any treasures, so it's empty at the moment. And here, like you're able to see all the treasures you can place. As you can see, the status they're not found yet. So if I were to place a new treasure, I can just click coordinates. So let's say I want to place one in Toronto, Mississauga. I can add a description. Yeah. Hi. And it displays the X and Y coordinates. And then if you click place, treasure place, your treasure code is 3B7B4C. Share it with whoever finds it. So the treasure is placed now, and if we look at the it should update. Yeah, over here it said the new one I just placed, it's not found yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my part.
All right, I think everything is good. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy our project and have a good day.